Blessed be my witches, my spiritualists, and welcome to another episode of Witch Please. It is I, Odin the Seer, and today we are going to be making 8-hour tea lights or tea candles for whatever purpose, whether it be one-day ritual, whether you do a series of 7-day rituals and whatnot. What I'm going to be doing here is I am going to be using the tallow that I rendered down to be able to make this. So it's quite powerful. It was a 4-day process, and for those of you who would like to see the process of rendering down fat to make tallow for your magical purposes, please go to my Patreon account, $5, and you get access for a full month of all of the intense ritual and video work that I am doing for Witch Please. So I just wanted to let you know that I will be using these candles for a 7-day candle spell that I will be doing on Patreon, but I will be showing you how I make this candle so that you guys can have that, and I'll also be showing you what I go through and how I actually add a little bit extra, but you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, my witches. You'll see what I'm saying. So now I have some hot water here, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to bless this water, and we are going to bless the salt, and we're going to make holy water with which to be able to put our glass container in, because we want to make sure that we keep the tallow from going cold or hardening while we're making or doing this process. So let's get started in that. Okay, so we have consecrated this water. So now we're going to take some salt in the palm of our hands, and we are going to bless the salt and then add it into the hot water and stir it up until it dissolves. Okay, so we have blessed the salt, and I'm going to place that right into the water here. Take my spoon here, and I am going to stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. So I take my glass here and I place that right into the middle. This is going to keep the glass warm, which is going to keep the tallow in liquid form, which is what we want to add in the oils. So now I'm going to grab my rendered tallow. Now it's still liquid form here. So here I have got a simple, easy peasy syringe that I'm going to be using because I know that 20 milliliters of this will fill up one of these little metal containers. Now these metal containers I wanted to share with you. You can buy them in a bag like this. Now these are about 4 to 6 hour ones, so I do use those as well. And you can also get the wicks as well. You can buy them online. I can put some links on below for you so you can actually get those if you would like. The other thing you can do, and I do this regularly, these are 8-hour tea lights. Okay, they're a little bit bigger than the other ones. I actually will take them, pull out the middle, and sometimes you can even pull out the little wick here too and reuse them. However, I find if you just order these and have those around, they are so easy to use. And again, with the little wicks, they're multi-use, so they're pretty cool. I even use the wicks sometimes for my water candles, which we'll be doing a video on that. So what I'm going to do now is I have my blessed and ritualized tallow here, and I'm just going to start pulling this up into my syringe here. So there you are. So I have 60 mils here. I'm going to pour this right into my glass in the my glass in the hot water here. And I'm going to go through that process again because I'm going to be making 7 candles. So this candle that we're going to be making is for finances and money, and it is for bringing in customers and anything to do with businesses. So if you have a small business or whatnot, these candles are wonderful to use. I do have a client who is a massage therapist, and they actually will burn these tea lights. I make them quite a bit of them, and they will burn these tea lights anytime they have any kind of customers and they're doing massages. I even have a Reiki master that actually will use these as well from time to time. And what they do is they actually will burn these. They smell quite nice, so it's a good feeling, but it also helps with repeat business. So cinnamon is absolutely wonderful, okay? Cinnamon is great for heating up, it's great for protection, it is great for movement, it is great for finance, it is great for love, it is great for strength, it is great for vigor, it's great for so many different variables. But the reason why we're going to be using cinnamon for this is we want the cinnamon to speed up and heat up and to bring in finances, to bring in money. We want to take that active nature of cinnamon to bring people to you. Okay, to be able to up your financial wealth and to be able to assist you in having that action movement of people coming to you for whatever it may be, but to ensure that there is going to be an exchange of monies. All right, so we are going to be putting in 3 drops for each one of these candle molds. So we have 7 candles, so we're going to be putting in 21 drops of each one of these oils. The next thing we're going to be using is we are going to be using some vetiver. Now vetiver is great when it comes to home, finance, family, anything to do with the tangible, mundane, if you will, things on this plane of existence. It's great for getting cars, it's great for getting the money that you need to be able to fix your home. It's just a wonderful, wonderful way of bringing in those mundane things into your reality. Because it is so strongly and smells so much of earth, it's really great for things on this plane of existence that you would like to achieve. So we are going to be putting in 21 drops of this vetiver oil as well. Okay, and last but not least, we are going to be putting in some ginger. Ginger is a wonderful power amplifier, okay? So we are basically here, we're using a tallow. Tallow is great when it comes to finances and wealth and earthly and mundane and all of these great things. So tallows are great for that. They're also great for spirituality, but they really have a strong resonance with living off the fat of the land, okay? So we want to amplify everything that's inside this mixture, okay? We want to amplify the oils, we want to amplify the tallow, we want to amplify everything to be able to really end up with a very powerful product for bringing in what we're looking for and manifesting the abundance that we are doing this ritual for. So we're going to be adding in 21 drops of this as well. Wonderful. It's a very musky, very strong scent, and the tallow absorbs it quite nicely, which is great because then it's really going to hold that scent. Now, I like to use this as the base. Once we go a little further, we're going to be adding in more of a lighter fragrance into it because we want to also have that kind of enticing energy to it as well. But I'm going to be showing you how to do that in one moment. Okay, so now we did the first part to this, which is we added our oils, we mix them together. So now we're going to actually bless this tallow for the purpose that is necessary. We're doing good here. We're doing very, very good. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to grab our wicks here, okay? And we are going to get 7 of those bad boys. And we are going to place them into the middle of our molds here. And I'm going to move this over a little bit and pull this a little bit closer to me so that you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to start taking our our tallow. And we're going to place this in the middle and we're just going to start adding in our wax. And you can always place it, there you go. So that is the first one done. There you go. So now I have 7 candles that have their wonderful fragrance, light but powerful. I don't like to make them overwhelming. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let these harden and I will be back with the second part to creating these tallow candles for magical workings. So we have our beautiful tallow tea lights here. Oh, and they smell amazing. So what we're going to do now is we are going to complete this and start off the 7-day spell. For here, all I wanted to do was show you how to dress a tea light properly for your magical workings. So because I have rendered down this tallow and I have made these candles for a specific purpose, what you're going to need is you are going to need the candle. You are also going to need a nail, one that hasn't been used before. So we have a nail here, we have our light and our dark for yin and yang energy, as well as positive and negative, male and female, light and dark. We have those. So you're also going to need a cauldron or something cauldron shaped. And you're going to need your tarot cards. So I have my tarot cards here, because basically what I'm doing with this spell is that I am going to work day by day. Now this is an 8-hour, and it can go a lot longer. Anybody who's done any magical workings, you know that it could say 8 hours, but it could end up going for 12, 13, however many hours. So this is an 8-hour candle, and sometimes they're even a lot quicker. So this should be an 8-hour candle, and I'm going to go through this for the 7 days, and I'm going to add to it. All right, I'm going to see what is needed within this spell, and that's why we're going to be using the divinatory cards here. You can use pendulums if you're good with those. You can use crystal balls, water gazing, whatever you need, as long as you can get the idea of what exactly it is that you need to do to have this energy flow properly. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our tarot deck here, and we are going to start to shuffle. And we are going to see what this spell wants to start off with. So the first one we got is the 3 of Rods, or 3 of Wands. So this is wonderful, and I picked our oils earlier, and I felt that this is where I was going to start off, and it did. So this is good, because I knew I was on the right path, and I knew that this was the workings that needed to be done. So I picked the oils for it, and I was right. We are going to be working with oils that are specifically for manifestation, especially when it comes into the finance, as well as the money type area. So, I picked, intuitively, Thyme, and Patchouli. Okay, so this has already been blessed. We've blessed this candle and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go right into adding the oils into this, and then we're going to bless it again with the outcome that we're looking for. You're going to put 5 holes in this candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 close as you can to the wick. Now if you can't get close to the wick itself is also okay, so 4 is fine, but I like to do the motion of 5. So let's start with this here. So I'm just going to go in with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there you go. I have 5 holes now that I have created with a brand new, never used before nail. Now pine is good for manifestation, for solidity, for wealth, for riches, for drawing in money. It is a great way of being able to bring what is in a different plane of existence into this reality, especially when it comes to financial, home, anything to do with that. So we are going to be trying to get a drop of this in each one of those holes. A lot of it has dropped out, but that's okay, because we're going to go with what Spirit is telling us to do. Thyme is another great one for home, for success, for family, for riches, for anything that has to do with living a comfortable life. This can be used if there is conflict in the home. It can be used if there's a lack of finance. It can be used for even depression, when people are going through depressions in the home and there's that uncomfortability and that uncomfortable energy. You can use this for that as well. So we're really going to be accessing and using the power of this time to bring in that abundance, that finance, so that there is a comfortability within the home. And we're going to try and get at least some in each one of these holes. If we can, we want to have at least 5 drops. And last but not least, we're going to use some patchouli. Patchouli is great with anything that has to do with this physical world, making manifest on this plane of existence. It is great for protecting your finances. It's great for retaining your finances. It is great for building your finances. It is great for building a beautiful, comfortable home. So we really want to bring in that element when we're starting off. As the cards have said, this is the path that we want to take. We want to really set the stage for the end result that we're looking for. So we're going to be putting in 1 drop if we can. If not, we're going to be in each hole. If not, we're going to be just putting in 5 drops. Okay, so now we're going to take our nail again, and we're going to make sure that we get some of that. We're just going to go in a little bit more into the holes here, just to make sure that we've got it down there in those holes. Because as I said, the pine really came out quickly. It wanted to be the more dominant energy with inside of these workings. Alright, so now that we have this set, what we're going to do is we are going to bless these botanicals to be able to have them all work together as a cohesive unit. So now what you're going to do is you're going to light this candle. Alright, so if you can see, the whole thing caught on fire, and I was just reading the candle and the flames, and there is a little bit of a dark circle that was created here. However, what did happen is that it burnt out. So any of the blocks, now it was actually facing here, so it's the fundamental blocks that were causing any kind of conflict within this reality has burnt away. The candles here are very, very straight, very relaxed and very calm, which is a good sign. So basically what it is saying is it's saying that this will manifest, but what needs to be done at this point in time is there needs to be a lot of fundamental things that need to be transformed and changed for the working that I'm doing here. So that's a very powerful message to be getting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some more energy into this, and I'm going to place this into the middle of the cauldron here, which is the womb of the goddess. Okay? And I'm going to let this burn out completely. Not turning it off, not touching it, just letting it burn out. And I'm looking at the candle, it is doing very well. There's a lot of flickering that's going on. The candle flame is going very high, which is very good as well. It means that it's pulled away a lot of the negativity that was there. It burnt away a lot of the unwanted that was there. So we're good to go. All right, my witches, my spiritualists, that is our episode for today. If you have not subscribed, you know you need to press subscribe, join the Witch Please family, and do not miss out on a thing. You can follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, as well as Facebook. You can always leave me a personal email at witchpleaseofficial@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment below. I've said it before, my witches, my spiritualists, and I will say it again. It is a pleasure to have you in my world. It is an honor to have you in my magic. And you are always in my heart. I will see you again on another episode of Witch Please. I love you, boo-boos. Bye-bye. Daddy's doing magic. Yeah. Magic. Tallow. Tallow. I love you. I love you. Kiss, kiss. Okay, Daddy's gonna do this. No.